Today's game brought to you by Wall Constructors. For the past 20 years, family-owned and operated, Wall Constructors in Michigan City has been the quality general contractor for all your residential and commercial needs. Larry and Ed Wall at Wall Constructors are proud to support the Blazers for their excellence in the classroom and on the court. Call Larry or Ed today at 879-8291 for all your construction needs. Wall Constructors, they say, go Blazers. And I tell you what, Mike Bozich,
these young student athletes have been putting their heart on the line. It's just been a great testament of heart and will today. Of course, they also played earlier this morning. They're playing tonight, and it's going to be fun, Bob.
Saturday Night Live with the Blazers, getting ready to go for all the marbles in Class 1A. Marquette will be in their navy blue shirts and shorts with the white numerals. It says Blazers across their back. Cowan will be in their white jerseys with black sleeves, gold trim, black numerals, gold shorts. They will be moving from right to left on your radio dial here in game number one. Marquette from left to right is ready to set to have our Pepsi-Cola starting lineup. First of all, Mike Bozich, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Marquette Blazers. They are 37-2, coached by first-year head coach Jim Dove. Lauren Larimore will get the start tonight, the 5'7" junior, perhaps probably the most consistent server in the game earlier today against the Bloomfield Cardinals. Kelly Cochran, we talked enough about the sophomore, 5'8", 360 kills entering the tournament. She has 21 kills today against the Cardinals. Leslie Hodge, 5'7" sophomore. She is the center, 688 assists coming into the tournament. Meredith Burke, the only senior starter for head coach Jim Dove. She will be an outside hitter tonight. Anna Magazinski, a 5'5" sophomore. And up front, Holly Wall, 6'1", and a junior. Jim Dove, as we alluded to, the head coach of the Blazers. Stephanie Oberle, the assistant coach. As we get ready to go for Class A volleyball, the state championship here on 95.9 FM.
Okay, Root Funeral Home on 7th Street in Michigan City is a proud sponsor of the Marquette Blazers. Root Funeral Home would like to congratulate the Blazers on a great season. Good luck on your quest for the state title.
And the medical group, orthopedic surgeons, Dr. Stephen Burns and Dr. David Musgrave are trained sports physicians. They know sports, and most importantly, they know and care about student athletes. Each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. at the Medical Group Urgent Care Center in Michigan City, they conduct a free bump clinic for area athletes competing in school sports. The clinic opens at 8 a.m. and operates on a first-come, first-served basis. The Medical Group in Michigan City proud to support the Marquette Blazers.
And Mickey Gallis, broker, owner, and associates of Mickey Gallis Properties, located on 2411 St. Lawrence Avenue in Michigan City, is your beach, city, and country connection. Mickey Gallis Properties can provide help with all your residential and commercial real estate needs. In addition to the staff at Mickey Gallis Properties, Jordan, Shauna, and Braden want to thank the Blazers for the wonderful job they've done. We're all so proud of you, and take us to Game 2. Well, guess what, Bob? They're here.
Yes, they are, as they're now competing for a state championship. Both teams going through the pregame. Good luck handshake, and we are all set to go. Cowan and Marquette. For the second time this year, these two teams met in the Class A shootout back on September 23rd with the Blazers pulling off a 15-10, 15-11 victory. And it will be Cowan to have the first serve in this championship match. Going on the right side will be 5'5" senior Amber Timmons. Timmons on the season with 86 kills, 346 digs, primarily a defensive player for head coach Chuck Wallen.
Amber Timmons and the rest of the Cowan defense will have to have a big game if they're going to hold Michigan City Marquette tonight. As you mentioned, she had 346 digs, and total they've had 1224 as a team.
Balls in the air, play by Cochran in the back row, and she misplayed it. It will be an ace that time for Amber Timmons. First point of game one goes to the Blackhawks.
Looks like it took Kelly Cochran by surprise that time. Actually, she might have got a glare off the floor, something that might be coming into play tonight.
Timmons to serve from right to left. Cochran plays it in the back row, set now for pause. Killitep, red nicely on the play by the Blackhawks. Looking at a play now. That's going to be Slavin. These Blazers with the answer defensively. Killitep by Burge. Violation called against the Cowan Blackhawks as they step over the center court line. And Marquette will now have their first serve of the game.
Meredith Burns is someone that Cowan's going to have to keep an eye on. Meredith Burns is one of those people that if you guard Kelly Cochran too hard, she's one that'll burn you.
And Burns finds that on her first serve, so Cowan will regain the serve. They have a 1-0 lead just underway in the Class A state championship.
Once again, Michigan City seeming to get off to that slow start that you alluded to in the pregame, and they have to kind of swell that if they're going to want to beat Cowan here tonight.
Slavin to serve for the Blazers, played in the back now by Burns. Pause with the setup, and she went over the near line and touched the net. Point number 2 goes to Cowan. Keep in mind, last year at the state championship game, Cowan jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first game.
Well, maybe it just takes a little while for the Blazers to get going, Bob.
Slavin serve for Cowan, and she finds the net. So Marquette will now take the serve, and now substitutions coming into the game for the Marquette Blazers. It's going to be Samantha Savetic and Alicia Warner. Warner will now come in to do the serve for the Blazers.
Boy, Bob, both of these teams coming out real flat. Both serves on both sides, not even making it past the net.
Here's Warner on the serve. Point short. Timmons looking for Bonnet. Set it up looking for Goss. Played nicely in the back row by Warner. Pause with the set, looking for Cochran, and it's deflected off of the Blackhawks and the Blazers with their first point of the game.
That time, Kelly Cochran deflecting it off one of the Cowan Blackhawks. I believe that was number 10, Jeanette Bonnet, that time to give Michigan City the lead.
1 serving 2. The Blazers moving from left to right. Played by Timmons in the back. Bonnet looking for Goss. Tipped up nicely by Savetic, but the Blackhawks with the answer. Goss back over the net. Nice dig on a play by Warner. Looking for Cochran out the far side. And a great dig by Timmons for the Blackhawks. Looking for Goff at the net. Ball deflected by Savetic. And the ball goes right up the elevator shaft. The Blazers looking for Cochran. Tips that. Nice play on that time by Marquette. Perfect placement in the front row by Kelly Cochran. And the Blazers have tied the game at 2.
That's what made Kelly Cochran so dangerous. Seemed like the Cowan Blackhawks were expecting a howitzer. Instead, they got a nice finesse touch pass.
Warner serving just over the net. Played in the back by Cowan. Here's Goff looking for the kill. Blocked off of Kelly Cochran. Nice effort that time by the sophomore. So the Blackhawks were served from right to left. Tied at 2 in game number 1.
Wants to give getting Casey Goff for the Cowan Blackhawks up close to the net. That's what they did against Lagodi. And obviously that's going to be their game plan here tonight, trying to get that big body up towards the net.
Bonnet to serve now for the Blackhawks. Very impressed with the sophomore center when we saw this morning against Lagodi. Played in the back by Warner. Here's Paz looking at a play for Cochran. Nice dig that time by Slavin. Back over the net. Cowan tries to get it over. Warner tries to save it. Here's Paz looking for Cochran. Deflected off the Blackhawks. And Blazers will retain the serve. Wow.
Yeah, that's the second time that's happened already in the span here of a few minutes to give Michigan City back possession. Kelly Cochran deflecting it off a Blackhawk.
She had 21 kills in the game this morning against Bloomfield. There are more to serve for the Blazers. Bonnet looking for Slavin. Played by the Blazers. Pause with the set. Here comes Cochran, a little soft kill. Dug out nicely by the Blackhawks. Cowan gets it back over the net. Pause for the Blazers. Looking for Cochran. Another soft kill. And once again, it works for Marquette. Kelly Cochran, it's been the offense so far for Marquette. They have their first lead, 3-2.
And they are making no bones about it. Leslie Paz is going right to Kelly Cochran, going right over there.
There are more to serve. Play by Timmons in the back. Here's Bonnet with the set, looking for Goss. Great dig on a play by Larimore. Paz towards the far side. Looking for Cochran. Deflected by the Blackhawks. Cochran gets a piece of it once again. Her kill attempt towards the back. Dug out nicely in the back by the Blackhawks. Looking for Slavin. Her kill attempt well over the back line. And right now it looks like Marquette has avoided that slow start. At least they had a very brief one, but now they're starting to click on all cylinders.
Well, hey, Jim Dove's got a good remedy. Just give it to Kelly Cochran.
4-2 to lead for the Blazers, and now a little miscommunication in the back row between Amber Timmons and Sean Marcus. 5 straight points for the Blazers. 5-2 they lead. Larimore, who was the most consistent server in the game this morning against Bloomfield, once again getting the Blazers on a roll.
Yes, Lauren Larimore was definitely doing a great job serving. It seemed like the Blazers kind of woke up when she's serving, and she's serving now.
Overhand right-handed serve. Marcus in the back. Set attempt, lucky for Slavin. Dug out nicely in the back by Warner. Paz with the set. Later, Cochran. Oh, Howser shot down the far sideline. 6-2 the lead for Marquette. Chuck Warner wants a timeout.
Well, I'll tell you what, the sophomore Kelly Cochran, they're going right to her. They're not messing around. They went to her because they were afraid of getting off to a slow start. She's bailed them out, and a slow start has turned into a 6-2 lead, Bob.
There are more to serve from left to right for the Blazers. Timmons in the back for the Blackhawks. Bonnet with the set. Here comes Goff flying in. Right dig on the play. But Goff's going to be called for a line violation. Make it 7 in a row for the Blazers.
That time a line violation. Casey Goff being a bit too aggressive coming up on the right side towards that net. Although Cowan would like to get it to the net. Here's the serve by Larimore.
Played in the back by Timmons. Looking for Bonnet. Here to net. Here comes Goff once again. Blocked nicely by Kelly Cochran. She deflected off a Goff. 8-2 the lead for Marquette in game 1.
Also, Samantha Savetic getting that 6-1 frame in there as well to help out. And the Michigan City Marquette Blazers are on a roll, 8-2.
Serve in the back play by Marcus. Bonnet Far side looking for Slavin. Her kill attempt well over the end line. And Marquette continues to roll 9-2, all behind the serving of Lauren Larimore.
Yeah, Cowan's going to have to take another timeout if the Blazers get a point here.
They have one timeout left here in game number 1. In the back, Timmons set it up. Great dig by Bird. And now hit that time between Leslie Pons and Lauren Larimore. So that ends a run of 9 points at the moment. Cowan will serve, and they will go to the bench.
Well, Casey Goss doing one of my favorite plays. We were talking about it all day, Bob. The fake set, putting it nicely and softly over the other side.
Jana Marcus into the game for Cowan. She will serve from right to left. They trail 9-2. Pause in the back. Set for Larimore. Looking for a pause. Kill it up. Dug out nicely, but over the Cowan bench. Great set by Larimore. Pause normally to the center with the kill attempt, and Marquette will get the serve back.
And I'll tell you what, Jeanette Bonnet went crashing into the boards like a hockey player. She needs to cool it, boy, because I'll tell you what, another step, and that could have been a dangerous situation.
Cocker with the serve, almost an ace, but Cowan gets it back over to that. Pause with the step. Stefanic, great job with the ace in the back roll. Beautiful step by Pause. 10-2 Marquette. Chuck Wallet is considering another timeout.
Kelly Cochran all the way over to that left side. The Cowan defense stacking to that left side. So this time, Paz dishes it off right next to her to Savada.
Played in the back to serve. Timmons has the ball. Goes sideways. Chuck Water wants another timeout. 11-2 Marquette. Cochran to serve from left to right for Marquette. They were down 2-0. They now lead 11-2 in game number 1.
So much for that slow start, Bob. I think you might have heard you.
And now Cochran finds the top of the net on the serve. Will be a side-out serve now for Cowan and Casey Goss. So Cowan with some work to do. 11-2 they trail here in game number 1. Goss with the serve. Dug out by Warner. Ball off the side of the net. Burns gets it over. Played in the back. Violation called. It will go against, it looks like, the Marquette Blazers, I believe. Yes. First point in quite a while for Cowan. They trail 11-3.
And I'll tell you another thing, Bob. We've seen a bunch of these big leads evaporate today, so the Blazers cannot quit playing hard here.
Goff serve. Dug out by Cochran. Pause with the set. Flying in Meredith first. Deflected, and she wins the serve. Back for Marquette. Diving it up to the back row by Jana Marcus. And now Magazinski and Wall will now check back in for Marquette.
That time letting Kelly Cochran wander in the backcourt there, and Meredith Burns was the one that came up with a soft, sweet shot. And it's still 11-3, and Michigan City has possession here.
5'5" sophomore Anna Magazinski on the serve. Timmons plays it in the back, looking for Bonnet, trying to set up Goff on the play. Ball deflected by Slave, and the Blazers have it. Pause with the set, it's up reverse. Looking for Wall, deflected by the Blackhawks towards their student section. And the Blackhawks now with a 12-3 deficit.
Looks like Colleen Wall, who actually was third in kills for the Michigan City Marquette Blazers this season at 146, was the one who put that one over, and it's 12-3. The Blazers are looking strong.
Served by Magazinski. Ball towards the back roll. Looking for Goff. Cowan gets it over. Larimore looking for Paz. After that, here comes Birch flying in. Tries to find the back roll. Dug out nicely on the play by Hendrickson. Chance for the Blackhawks. Their kill attempt goes over the end line. A nice attempt by Bonnet. And now Marquette has a 13-3 lead in game 1.
And I'll tell you what, this is just an amazing effort here. As once again for the Michigan City Marquette Blazers on the country. And we're going to have a substitution here.
Coming in, Danielle Fogus replacing Colleen Wall. The reason you hear the big war, Fogus turned an ankle yesterday in practice at Westfield, and it's great to see her on the court.
And she's yet another weapon with 154 assists.
Goff with the set up, looking for Slavin. Ball deflected, and it lands inbounds. A nice job that time by the Blackhawks. They will have this serve here. They trail 13-3.
Kelly Cochran on the defensive side of it that time, looking like she was hesitant to go after that, thinking that might have went out, but it just got in the line.
Sean Marcus to serve from right to left for the Blackhawks of Cowan. They are in their white jerseys with the black and gold trim. Nice dig out of play by Marcus. Back over to that. Kill attempt dug out by Cochran. Pass towards the far side. Looking out to play that time for Burns. Red after that by the Blackhawks. Kill attempt for Slavin. Once again dug out by Larimore. The Blazers attacking the net. Set attempt that time for Boz. And the Cowan works the net. Kill attempt. Great dig by Cochran. Back over to that. Bonnet looking for Goff. Kill attempt. Blocked nicely by Danielle Fogus. The 5'9" senior making an immediate impact Side out now for the Blazers with a chance to take game one.
And how about the 3 digs that Kelly Cochran did earlier in that sequence, but Danielle Folk is coming in and making an impact immediately.
Paz with the serve, and it's a big tip by the Blackhawks to the back row. 14-3 to lead for Marquette, 1 point away from taking game one. Game point now for Leslie Paz. Cowan out of timeout. The Marquette faithful on the far side, enjoying the moment so far.
It looks like Cowan's going to make a substitution here. They're bringing in number 14, Lindsey Roberts, who has 46 digs.
We did not see her play this morning against Lagodi, as Chuck Wallen was very sparingly going to the bench this morning. And that could be a factor as the game wears on. Paz with the serve, finds the net.
Leslie Paz really mad at herself. She knew as soon as that one was let go that it was just a little duck snort and wasn't going to make it past the net.
Here comes Abby Hendrickson checking back into the game. Amber Timmons to serve for the Cowan Blackhawks, who need some major work done as they don't want to lose game one. A miss hit in the back row by Magazinski, and that's a start for Cowan. They trail 14-4.
Well, we've seen some leads evaporate. We saw a 14-7 lead evaporate in the game before.
And 9-0 too.
Exactly. So don't give up on these Cowan Blackhawks yet. They're a tenacious team.
Simmons with the serve, played in the back roll by Cochran. Nice kill. It found the back corner. Meredith Burns with a laser beam that just caught the far corner, and now she will serve for game one.
I'll tell you what, the way they use Meredith Burns and Kelly Cochran up there, the way they switch those two around is just amazing. Great coaching.
Burns with the serve. Steph for Goff. Timmons looking at a play, dug out nicely by Burns. Played off the net. Larimore mishits the ball, and Cowan will get the ball back. Side out now for the Blackhawks. 14-4 to lead for Marquette in game one.
Leslie Paz not getting quite enough on that ball as she wanted to as Cowan will serve.
I believe that's going to be Sarah Slavin to do the honors.
Yes, it will.
Slavin towards the back. Cochran sets it up for Paz. Touch pass blocked nicely at the net by Casey Goff, and she put it right back in Danielle Focus's face, and the Cowan Blackhawks within 9.
Yeah, Leslie Paz, instead of going for her high lobbing set, she tried to go with a little short set, and Danielle Focus got it stuffed back into that time.
14-5 to lead, and the serve goes well over the near line. And now substitutions getting ready to check back in for the Blazers. Savetic will check in, as well as Warner. Warner will serve for game one. It's about the third opportunity that Marquette has had a chance to put game one squarely away. Alicia Warner will try to make good now for head coach Jim Dove. Warner on the right side of the sideline. Right-handed serve. Timmons toward the far side. Goss, great job to knock the ball off of Kelly Cochran to give the serve back to Cowan.
And I'll tell you what, the Cowan Blackhawks are starting to get into a rhythm. They're starting to put the ball where they want to, giving it to Casey Goss. Making the assist that time was Jeanette Bonnet, and that's exactly what they want to do. They're starting to put the ball where they want to, getting into a rhythm, Bob.
5 serving 14. Jeanette Bonnet towards the back, and a great heads-up play by Warner in the back. The ball went over the back line by about a foot. And once again, Marquette serving for game one.
This could be the game here.
And Lauren Larimore serving. She'll go towards the far side. Timmons in the back. Looking for Bonnet. Goff with the kill, blocked nicely at the net by Paz. Tip played in the back that time by Bonnet. Set it up, looking for Slavin, and a diving attempt on the dig by Alicia Warner, but it went into the Marquette bench. So Cowan regains a serve here. If you're just joining us, Marquette with a 14-5 lead in the first game of the Class A championship.
That time Casey Goff made a nice pass to Abby Hendrickson as she was going away. They want to get Casey Goff up as close to the net as she can. That time she couldn't, but she gave it off to Abby Hendrickson, who's able to put it through for Cowan.
Hendrickson to serve, and she finds the net. So both teams struggling a little bit on their service game, and now Kelly Cochran will do the honors for Marquette. Marquette moving from left to right. Once again, another chance to put away game one. Cochran to serve, played in the back by Slavin. Bonnet with the set. Going in for Timmons, blocked nicely on the play by Paz. Blackhawks looking for Goff. Blocked that time off of the Blazers towards the scores table. So Marquette unable to capitalize. Cowan regains the serve.
Once again, getting Casey Goff near the net on the right side. She's the one that's going to make the serve, but that's exactly what the Cowan Blackhawk game plan was, to get her close to the net. They're starting to find her. This team is starting to get into a rhythm, Bob.
Goff the serve from right to left for the Blackhawks. There are more in the back row. Paz with the set. Savetic, great dig at the far side by Bonnet. Chance for the Blazers and a score. Great job by Meredith Burns. And once again, A chance for Marquette to put away game one. This is the 6th chance. Now Jim Dub's going to go to the bench.
Yeah, the Cowan Blackhawks are definitely hanging in there. Let's see who's going to make the serve here. This is the reason for Jim Dub's substitution, and here she comes.
It's Anna Magazinski. Also going up front will be Danielle Fogus. So Magazinski to serve. 14-5 to lead a game one for Marquette. Slavin towards the near side. Goff with the set. Here comes Timmons. And a great job by Timmons to force the ball off of Danielle Fogus. So the Blazers unable to finish game one. I tell you, Cowan's starting to warm up.
Well, it seems like the Blazer defense is starting to focus on Casey Goff, and she, in turn, is starting to set up some other players. That time, Amber Timmons putting it away. She's usually a defensive player with 346 digs. That time, making the score.
Sean Marcus to serve, played near the net that time by Cochran. She gets a return feed by Paz, and a little too strong in the attempt, about 2 feet over the back line. Cowan now with an 8 at 14-6.
And I'll tell you what, unable to put opponents away is something that can frustrate a team. That's Muncie Central.
Sean Marcus to serve. Magazinski in the back. Step pass. Great dig on a play that time by Goff. Back towards the net. Dug out by the Blackhawks. Here comes a howitzer shot by Meredith Burns, and it went over the back line. Jim Dub, they want to consider calling a timeout.
No, it looks like Leslie Paz wanted a timeout, and Jim Dub said, no, get back out there.
14-7 the lead for Marquette. Marcus to serve. Magazinski in the back over the net. Tipped up by Timmons. Chance for Bonnet, back over the net. Here comes the Blazers. Little touch serve that time. Blackhawks trying to attack the net. Goff will get it back over. Larimore in the back. Sends it towards Paz. Here comes Burns. Kill attempt. Nice job in the back row by Henderson. Here comes the Blackhawks attacking the net. Timmons. Great dig on a play by Burns. Back over the net. Cowan tries to play it. Bonnet. Thank you for Slavin. Kill attempt well over the back line.
And guess what? Michigan City Marquette's going to have a chance to finish it off again. This time Leslie Paz will line up back for the serve. But some great defensive plays that time by the Blazers.
And also Cowan with some great digs as well in the back too.
Hendrickson made a great dig that time also for Cowan.
Paz to serve going towards the back row. Bonnet with the set attempt. Looking for Timmons. Deflected by Fogus, and the Blazers take game one as she digs it just inside the far sideline. Marquette halfway to a state championship. They take game number one, 15-7. The medical group orthopedic surgeons, Dr. Stephen Burns and Dr. David Musgrave, are trained sports physicians. They know sports, and most importantly, they know and care about student athletes. Each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. at the Medical Group's Urgent Care Center in Michigan City, they conduct a free bump clinic for area athletes completing in-school sports. Clinic opens at 8 a.m. First come, first serve basis at the Medical Group, 1225 East Cold Spring in Michigan City.
And LaPorte Sporting Goods, located across from the courthouse in beautiful downtown LaPorte, is your school letter jacket headquarters. They specialize in custom designing of jackets and patches. Make LaPorte Sporting Goods your home for all your sporting goods with wide selections in clothing, equipment, hunting gear, shoes, and much more. The holidays will soon be approaching, so now is the time to place your order for Christmas delivery. LaPorte Sporting Goods, we take your playtime seriously.
Both teams will switch sides for game number two. Marquette now moving from right to left, Cowan from left to right. Our second game adjustment brought to you by the Harvest Moon Gallery with 2 locations in Northwest Indiana. And it seemed like Cowan was starting to do a nice job. The Blazers keen on Casey Goff, but she's trying to get her teammates a little bit more involved. But I think if Cowan wants any hopes of a state championship, they're going to rest on number 3 for Cowan, Casey Goff.
Well, you know, the thing about it is they're going to have to get off to a better start, definitely in game 2 than they did in game 1. We were kind of concerned about the Michigan City Marquette Lady Blazers getting off to a slow start, and they actually did. They fell down 2-0, but then they just exploded with 14 unanswered points. Cowan has to get off to a fast start here in game 2 because if they get down, they're really going to have their backs against the wall.
So it will be Cowan now moving from left to right. Great turnout for the folks from Southern Muncie, and of course a great turnout from the folks from LaPorte County. Marquette will have the first serve of game number 2. Leslie Paz to do the honors. So Marquette took game number 1, 15-7.
And they will start serve. Leslie Paz back there waiting to serve for the Navy Blue of the Lady Blazers, trying to get them their second consecutive state championship.
Paz will serve from the right-hand side, right-handed overhead serve. Played in the back row by Timmons. Spot it with the set. Looking for Goff. Great walk, and it could be a too many hit rule that time against the Marquette Blazers. There's a little miss hit in the front between Larimore and Wall. So Cowan will have a chance to get the first point of game 2.
And that's exactly what they were doing against Lagodi, just charging Casey Goff towards the net. That's exactly what they did. And they caught about 3 Michigan City Marquette Blazers in just a little bit of a frenzy there.
Bonnet to serve from left to right for the Blackhawks of Cowan. They need this game to force game 3. The 5'4" sophomore. Right-handed serve played in the back by Magazinski. Set it up. Wall finds the net. It was a nice feed from Leslie Foss, but Wall just couldn't get it over the net. First point of game number 2 goes to Cowan.
Yeah, Colleen Wall didn't hit that the way she wanted to. It kind of went off of the side of her hand as Cowan has jumped out on top 1-0.
Here's Jeanette Bonnet to serve. She is the setter for the Blackhawks. Magazinski. The pause. Looking for Meredith first. Great dig out of play, but to no avail. Amber Timmons a little slow to get up as she tried to come up with a great dig attempt. And Marquette will now regain the serve side out.
Once again, the Lady Blazers had Kelly Cochran and Meredith Burns in that same territory. The Cowan Blackhawks really not sure anymore which one's going to come at them.
Burns with the serve. Almost an ace played by Timmons. Set it up looking for Casey Goff, and a great block on the play by Colleen Wall to try to set up Colleen Cochran. Soft kill right up the elevator shaft by Bonnet. Goff towards the far side looking for Slavin. Dug out nicely on the play by Cochran. A little soft kill by Larimore, but the Blazers with the answer. Kill attempt. Finds the back roll by Casey Goff. Great job as the Marquette defense was heading towards the net. Nobody home in the back roll.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Cowan Blackhawks have to make this a muscle game. They have to get Casey Goff up there, bullying the ball over the net against the smaller Blazers, and that's exactly what they tried to do that time. But that time, Casey Goff actually slamming it home towards the back as the Blazers were coming up to try to defend that play.
Jana Marcus will now check into the game, replacing Hendrickson. Jana Marcus will serve. 1-0 to lead in game number 2 for Cowan. Dug out in the back row. Here's Cochran, receives a set. Great job finding a hole in between the attack line and the back row. Side out now for Marquette.
That time hitting off the top of the net was Cochran's shot, and that kind of threw off the trajectory. The Cowan defense did have it measured, but they just hit the top of the net, and it took a little bit of a different flight path, and that resulted in a Michigan City possession here.
Warner and Tvedik check in for Marquette. Cowan going to the bench as well. Warner will serve from right to left for the Blazers, that is. The Michigan City Marquette Blazers. 1-0 to lead for Cowan in game number 2. The Blazers taking game 1, 15-7.
Also note Cowan going to the bench a little bit more in this one.
Played in the back by Simmons. Set for Bonnet. Coming in with Goff. And a block attempt that time off of Kelly Cochran. Nice shot forcing the issue once again. Casey Goff. Side out now for Cowan.
That's their game plan. Get Casey Goff up there and have her bully the net. Bully the Blazers off the net. Kind of like an offensive line in football, pushing off the defensive line. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Goff with the serve. Pause with the set. Here comes Kelly Cochran. She knocks it off ahead of a Blackhawk. It goes over the back line, and once again, the Blazers answering power with power.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what, the Michigan City Marquette Blazers are a very, very diverse team. They can do anything.
More to serve, playing the back by Timmons. Here's Goff with a set attempt, dug out, but to no avail that time. Burns was trying to dive in, but she deflected it back towards the Marquette Burge. Side out serve now for Cowan. 1-0 they lead in game 2.
And just like the Blazers put the ball in Casey Cochran's hands in the first game, actually they should put the ball, Cowan should put the ball in Goff's hands.
Sean Marcus to serve for Cowan. Set by Larimore. Coming in. Pause. A great job defensively by the Blackhawks, and Cowan will win the point. As they try to go with a dig attempt, Larimore had the ball go just short of the net, and the Blackhawks with a 2-0 lead. Keep in mind, it was 2-0 in game 1.
Exactly. We'll see if the Blazers go back to their game plan and get it to Cochran.
Here's Burns in the back row. Set it up. Cochran blocked off the top of the net. Play by the Blackhawks. Bonnet with the kill attempt. Looking for Timmons. Dug out on the play by Cochran. Pause with the set. Looking for Cochran. The ball deflects off the top of the net, and it will go wide of the near sideline by about 2 feet. And the Blackhawks with a 3-0 lead in game 2.
And a great job by the coaching staff of the Cowan Blackhawks adjusting to what Michigan City Marquette was doing. They were getting the ball into the hands of Cochran. Now they're sending 3 players up there to jump the same time Cochran takes a shot.
Marcus on the serve, playing in the back by Warner. Step by Potts. Here's Cochran flying in. Great dig on a play by Hendrickson. Back over the net. Chip kill dug out by the Blazers. Here comes Leslie Potts. Her kill attempt dug out by Goff. Setting up Timmons on the far side, and a net violation will go against the Marquette Blazers. 4-0 to lead for Cowan here in game number 2. Jim Doe wants to talk things over. Timeout Marquette. 4-0 Cowan with the lead. They are serving from left to right here in game number 2. Sean Marcus to serve. Just over the net. Cochran with the set to Pond. She'll get the return feed. And a great job by Cochran to deflect the ball off one of the foot blockers of Cowan. Side out now for the Blazers.
That time, Kelly Cochran getting open for the Michigan City Marquette Blazers, and she will also serve.
Cochran to serve from right to left. Going towards the back, Timmons plays it. Set it by Bonnet. Reverse play, looking for Slavin, dug out by Larimore in the back. Paz with the set. Looking for Birch, blocked in the defense. Paz once again, looking for Birch. Her kill, backed up nicely on the play by Casey Goff. Goff trying to get the return. Great block at the net by Leslie Paz. Gives the point to Marquette. They are on the board in game 2.
Leslie Potts is a very, very smart player. She uses her head, and she knows where the defense is at all times. She knows where the breaks are in that defense.
Ball right up the elevator shaft in the back roll. Casey Goff. The Blackhawks will try to get the ball over the net this time. Simmons goes towards the back roll. Kill attempt that time for Savetic was past to go the back line, almost at goal line. Would have been the first time today. It was over the back line by about 5 feet. Side out now for Cowan.
And the Cowan Blackhawks went out serve. Amber Timmons, the Blackhawks lead it by a score of 4-1 here.
In game number 2, and a long volley, and it hit the back line. It was a risky gamble in the back row by Larimore, trying to will that ball over the end line, but to no avail. 5-1 Cowan.
Yeah, that's just a judgment call. Larimore misjudged the flight of the ball. No biggie there, but Cowan leads it 5-1 now.
Larimore to serve in the back row. Cochran, the pause. Setting up towards the far side for Savetic. Played in the back row by Simmons. Bought it. Looking on a play for Goff. Blocked in the defense nicely by the Blazers. Bonnet for a set attempt for the Blackhawks. Played in the back by Birch. Birch will try to get the kill attempt. Dug out nicely by Simmons. Blackhawks in trouble. Simmons just gets the ball over. Larimore towards the net. Pause with the set. Coming in is Warner, blocked in the defense, and Marquette gets the serve. A nice spin on the ball put out by Alicia Warner, and now Magazinski will check back in for Marquette.
That time the Cowan defense was just flat out all mixed up. They made some great defensive plays, but it really wasn't a great shot by Alicia Warner, but it had enough spin on it, as you alluded to, Bob, to get down for the Michigan City Marquette Blazers, and now they have a side out.
1 serving 5, Marquette out to serve. Magazinski to the back. Simmons plays it up. Looking at a play for Bonnet. Looking for Slavin. Her kill knocked up in the back roll by Larimore. Set it up. Looking for Birch. It's deflected. Nice dig out of play by Simmons. Bonnet looking for Slavin. Kill over the end line by 3 feet. Put a point on the board for Marquette. And now they're going to call a violation against Marquette.
Wow,
I didn't see it.
No, I really didn't see it. I think it's on Leslie Potts, though, and that is the third. That is her third violation of the game. I guess her foot once again, and you explained to it. If it's vertical of the line, it's okay. If it's straight on, then they're going to call you for it.
5 serving 1, and now we're waiting for the serve. Doing the honors will be Sarah Slavin. 5-1 the lead in game number 2 for the Blackhawks. Marquette took game number 1, 15-7. Cochran in the back, setting up for Paz. Paz looking for Wall on the kill. Blocked nicely on the play. And the Marquette Blazers in trouble. Great job and almost worked for the Marquette Blazers. First trying to get the spike attempt. It went off the top of the net back on the Marquette side.
You know what? And that was a good idea by Leslie Potts, too. It's kind of an assist. She was trying to do a misdirection that time. The idea was there. The execution wasn't.
6-1 the lead for Cowan. Paz with the set. Looking at a play for Birch. Deflected off of the Blackhawks. And it will be Marquette throwing. And now another violation.
And this time it's going to be against...
looks like Colleen Wall, I believe.
Yeah, that is Colleen Wall. And again, they're getting the Lady Blazers for that foot, Bob.
7-1 the lead for Cowan in game number 2. Marquette still with 1 timeout left. Ball will hit the post here on the near side. There is a line on the net that indicates where the sidelines are, and it hits that on the serve. That is the no-no. Side out now for the Blazers. So Marquette with a little bit of work to do. They trail 7-1 in game 2. Pause with the serve. Set up now by Simmons. Block attempt. Dug out nicely by the Blazers. Cochran will get the ball over here towards the near side. Play by Simmons. Bonnet with the set attempt. Looking for Goff. And it's a missed hit in the back row off of the Blazers. Right now, Cowan is just schooling Marquette here in game 2.
Well, I'll tell you what. I give all the credit in the world to Cowan's coach, Chuck Wallen. When Kelly Cochran was getting away with murder for the Marquette Blazers, the Cowan Blackhawks sent everybody up on the line, and they've been bullying. They've been sequestering that shot right from the net.
Bonnet on the serve for the Blackhawks. First. And now we're going to have a violation. Another line violation against Marquette. That's about the 4th one in game number 2. 8-1 the lead for Cowan here in the second game.
And now Jim Dove starting to get a little bit antsy. And I think the official may have warned Jim Dove.
I think so too.
Because the official looked at the scorer's table and pointed at Jim Dove.
So he's been given a verbal warning. 8-1 the lead for Cowan in game number 2. Jeanette Bonnet to serve from left to right for the Blackhawks. In the back row, Cochran will set things up looking for pause. Wall, what a great kill just inside the near sideline. And believe it or not, they did not call a line violation that time.
Wow, but that was a great play that time by Meredith Burns. It was a misdirection. She looked right, shot left.
Burns to serve from right to left. In the back row, play by Goff. Set it up for Bonnet. Coming in for Slavin. She finds the net. First point at Wow for Marquette. They trail 8-2 in game 2.
Hey, and Jim Dove said we both could play at that game. That time, he had Larimore and Wall right up on the net, sequestering the shot at the net.
Burns to serve. It hits the net. Net violation that time against the Marquette Blazers. So Cowan will regain a serve. 8-2 day lead in game number 2. And now coming into the game for the Blackhawks, that will be Jana Marcus.
Jim Dove also going to go to his bench pretty soon. I see him summoning a couple of players to get ready to come in. Jim Dove going to make some substitutions here in a bit.
Jana Marcus to serve. She's standing on the left side of the end line. In the back row, Magazinski. Set for Potts. Coming in is Cochran, and she mishits the ball a little bit too strong, about 2 feet over the end line. 9-2 Cowan in game 2.
Bob, the Blazers have no rhythm at all. Those shots that Kelly Cochran was making earlier in the game just aren't happening. They're sailing wide. They're sailing too strong as well.
Jana Marcus to serve. Played in the back by Magazinski. Pause with the set. Looking for Cochran. Ball deflected. Played nicely by Slavin. Bonnet with the set attempt. Looking for Timmons. Played in the back row by the Blazers by Magazinski. Set by Pond. Larimore coming in. Blocked out of play. And the Blackhawks have the ball. Here comes Goff attacking the net. Block off a Colleen Wall. Big ball right now wearing the colors of the black, white, and gold.
Once again, what Casey Goff is doing is she has just been, as Colin's calling a timeout, basically she's just been putting the ball right over the net.
Mickey Gallus, broker owner and the associates of Mickey Gallus Properties, located at 2411 St. Lawrence Avenue, Michigan City, is your beach, city, and country connection. Mickey Gallus Properties can help provide you with all your residential and commercial real estate needs. In addition to the staff at Mickey Gallus Properties, Jordan, Sean, and Brandon would like to thank the Blazers for a great season. Best of luck in capturing the state championship.
And so far, basically what's going on in this game, Bob, is Cowan broke the rhythm. Marquette had an uncanny rhythm going on when they had a 14-2 lead. Cowan broke it by sending everybody up to the net. And now the Michigan City Marquette Blazers have to find a way to sequester that Cowan offense as well.
So Marcus once again to serve. 10-2 the lead for the Blackhawks in game 2. Marquette took game 1, 15-7. Cochran looking for Pond. She'll get the return beat. Cochran finds the back row just inside on the far line. And now substitutions coming in. Sabetic and Warner checking in for the Blazers. Marquette with some work to do.
Heard the whistle, both thought maybe it was another lane violation.
Oh, my.
But that time, Kelly Cochran, you have to give her the ball, let her find the rhythm, because she's the one that brought you here. She's the one that's going to take you to freedom.
Warner to serve for the Blazers. Bonnet with the set. Here comes Goff attacking the net. Great job fighting the back row. Nobody home.
That's right. That's because the Blazers were bringing everybody up. They're starting to bring everybody up because they know Goff is just dropping it over the net. This time, Goff has dropped it back.
10-2 the lead for Cowan in game 2. They will have the serve. Goff the serve, dug out in the back nicely by Burns. Set by Cochran, and she gets the kill. It just narrowly made it in front of the end line. So now here comes Lauren Larimore. If Marcus is going to make a run, they're going to start right here with Larimore. They have to.
Kelly Cochran better be careful because after that she looked at the official and pointed at the line.
Goff with the set. Here comes Timmons. Dug out in the back row by Burns. Looking for Cochran, and she gets the kill on the back row. Once again, the Blazers trying to find a little rhythm. Paz trying to get that rhythm back. 10-3 the lead for Cowan in game 2.
Well, the Blazers are starting to put the ball to their big playmaker, and Kelly Cochran trying to let her find a rhythm, and that's exactly what she's doing. They still have a lot of work to do, Bob. It's 10-3.
Keep in mind also, when Marquette made the run in game 1, it was Larimore on the serve. She's doing the honors here on the near side. Dug up by Slavin. At the net, Goff will just send the ball over. Dug up by Cochran. Back comes Cochran with the kill. Nice job in the back row by Bonnet. And a mid-hit violation. Calming violation against Cowan. 2 points in a row now for the Blazers. 4 serving 10 in game number 2. Marquette the serve. Keep in mind the Blazers took game number 1 if you're just joining us.
And now the
7.
Blazer fans starting to get into it, Bob.
Sabetic with a great job violation. It will be another line violation on Marquette.
amazing. They're going to have to, Michigan City Marquette's going to have to watch their feet. Simple as that. They are just making too many lane violations, too many simple mistakes.
And they did a good job in game number 1. It's just come back to plague them here in game number 2.
Exactly.
Here's Sean Marcus to serve for the Blackhawks. Norbo plays in the back. Set by Pond. Looking for Cochran. Ball deflected. Blocked out of play by Bonnet. Cochran with the serve once again. Simmons plays it up for Cowan. Kill a set for Slavin. Dug out nice by Larimore in the back. Pause with the set. Here comes Cochran. Fight inside the near sideline. What a picture. Perfect kill by the sophomore sensation, Kelly Cochran.
Hey, Stockton to Malone. That time it was Ross to Cochran. That classic duo teaming up and heating up for the Blazers.
Cochran to serve from right to left for Marquette. Played in the back row by Hendrickson. Towards the net. Set by Bonnet. Look for Slavin. And a beautiful job. A little soft kill that time by Slavin. Give the serve back to Cowan. Basically just a little touch that time. Exactly that finesse swing. Bob Simmons to serve for Cowan. Set up at a nice touch kill that time. But the Blackhawks had it well defended. Block attempt that time, and it will work for the Marquette Blazers. Savetic in the neighborhood, and now Magazinski and Wall checking back in for the Blazers.
Not enough height that time for Henderson, and looks like Colleen Wall's checking back in along with Magazinski.
10-4 to lead for Cowan in game number 2. The Blazers serving from right to left. Magazinski to do the honors. Marquette took game number 1, 15-7. Simmons at the net, looking for Bonnet. Chance for Slavin on the kill, and she's got it just over the outstretched fingertips of Colleen Wall. Cowan right now has dominated game 2.
Sarah Slavin that time also coming up big for the Cowan Blackhawks. 130 kills and 172 digs this year. Cowan Blackhawks are playing some solid defense.
Slavin to serve for the Blackhawks. 10-4 they lead in game number 2. Almost a net violation. Magazinski sets things up. Here comes Paul looking for Cochran, and she finds the net. Casey Goff right there to force the issue. 11-4, Cowan.
That time the shot just a little bit too low by Meredith Burns, maybe going off the side of her hand. But Cowan is in control of this game, Bob. They're going to force this to game 3.
Slavin on the serve. Magazinski in the back. Setting things up for Paz. Shot blocked on the play by Casey Goff, and she sent it right back in Colleen Wall's face. 12-4 Cowan in game 2.
Goff doing a misdirection. Instead of feeding it off to Cochran to the right, she likes to go off the wall to the left, and the Cowan Blackhawks were right there waiting for it defensively.
Slavin to serve for the Blackhawks. In the middle is Larimore. Towards the net, Paz, a little soft kill, played nicely on the play by Sean Marcus. Attacked by Goff, blocked nicely by Meredith Burns. Colleen Wall in the neighborhood, and Marquette needs to do some damage in a hurry.
Hey, the Marquette Blazers saying, hey, Blackhawks, take some of this medicine, take some of your own medicine, as they're jamming the net as well.
Leslie Paz to serve for the Blazers. They trail 12-4 in game number 2. Cowan 3 points away from forcing game 3. Marcus in the back, set by Bonnet. Like for Timmons, the ball is deflected. Great opportunity that time. Looked like Slavin was also there in the neighborhood, and Cowan regains the serve.
Good effort by Leslie Paz that time. And she is definitely frustrated with herself right now. A couple of things she's been doing that I noticed this game that she wasn't doing last game, is she's doing little touch passes to get it over the net.
Bonnet serve. Play by Larimore. Tries to get the return feed. Nice job on the black that time by Goff. Setting this up. Looking for Slavin. Dug out nicely by Larimore. They're going towards the far side. Looking for Burns. Deflected. Dug out in the back row by Slavin. Bonnet at the net. Setting things up for Goff. Red on to play nicely by the Blackhawks. Larimore coming in for the kill. Soft kill. Red in the back by Bonnet. Set by the Blackhawks, and once again the Blazers with the answer defensively. Chance looking for Burns. Great dig on a play by Slavin. They're going towards the far side. Slavin gets the ball over. Larimore set. Looking for Wall. Ball blocked into the fence. And a great job by Casey Goff to win the point. Longest display of volleyball we have, and patience pays off for Cowan.
Bob, the Marquette Blazers had 5 opportunities, 5 times where they had it right where they wanted. They did exactly what they wanted to do. But this team has 1,200 digs, Bob, and that's what is separating the Cowan Blackhawks so far.
And now to serve, well, it was going to go into the net, but one of the Blackhawks up front knocked it over.
Casey Goff trying to get over.
That was a serve for the Bob Potofsky School of Serving.
Hoping maybe the officials were looking the other way that time.
And now coming in, Rachel Zadeb will come in to serve, a 5'6" junior. Marquette trails in game number 2, 13-4. Zadeb serving from right to left. She'll serve with a right-handed serve, played to the back, Timmons. Looking for Bonnet. Looking for Goff with the kill. Played in the back by Zadeb. Looking towards the net. Paz. Kill it up by Cochran. Ball right up the elevator shaft. Played out by Bonnet. And Cowan will just get the ball over. Paz with the set it up. Lucky on a play for Wall. And guess who? Casey Koch coming up big with the block attempt. Tied out now for the Blackhawks.
The Marquette Blazers will not win the second state championship in a row if they try to challenge Casey Goff from the net. They have to try to look to the back row. That's how they That's how they did in the first game and had so much success. I'm telling you, the Collin Blackhawks are just jamming that net, and the Marquette Blazers better start looking towards that back row.
Burns in for Zadeb. Another net serve this time by the Blackhawks. And now coming into the game, Savetic and Warner for the Blazers. 13-4 to lead for Cowan in game number 2. Game number 1 with the Marquette. If you're just joining us, 15-7. Blackhawks 2 points away from forcing game 3. Warner to serve for the Blazers. Going towards the back row. Timmons plays it. Bonnet on the set. Looking for Goff. Block off of Savetic. Once again, Casey Goff wreaking havoc at the net for Cowan. Tied out now for the Blackhawks.
Well, once again, sounds like a broken record. The Collin Blackhawk coaching staff made adjustments to that first game, and it's showing right now.
Served by Koch. Burns plays it up. Looking for Paz. Set it up. Touch serve by Cochran. Ran nicely by the Blackhawks. Slavin sends it over the net, but it went over the sideline. So Cowan's starting to struggle a little bit finding some points. Marquette needs to capitalize, and they'll try to do so with Lauren Larimore.
And once again, it's Lauren Larimore back to the serve.
Played in the back by Timmons, setting things up for Goff. Goff, look at the play for Slavin, dug out in the back row by the Blazers. Paz, setting, Cochran, off the top of the net. Goff plays it for Cowan. Set it up. Look at the play for Slavin. Great hit on the play that time by Larimore. Goff at the net. Try to set up Timmons. Blocked at the defense. Nicely by Leslie Paz. 2 points in a row for the Blazers. They are within 7, 13-6.
You know, Leslie Paz really plays some good defense. Like we were saying before, she's a very smart player, and that was a great play that time up on the net.
Larimore on the serve. Play by Slavin. Set for Goff. Missed it in the back row, and it will cost the Blazers dearly. Warner on the miss set. Give the serve down to Cowan. They are 2 points away from forcing game 3.
Burns and Larimore, a bit of miscommunication right there defensively.
Here comes Sean Marcus to serve. Diving attempt played by Warner. We're looking for Cochran. Here, kill attempt played by Timmons. Step by Bonnet. Timmons looking for the kill. Played in the back by Warner. Step by Paz. Here comes Cochran for Marquette. And the Blackhawks with the answers defensively. They're looking for Slavin. Ball off the top of the net. And the Blazers attacking the net. Looking for Cochran. It's deflected right up in the air. Timmons. Kill attempt. In the back roll. Play by the Blazers. Cochran flying in. Kill attempt deflected. Ball towards the far side. Casey Goff gets it back over, but it's going to be 3 feet over the end line. So give the serve once again back to Michigan City. Marquette trying to cut into a 13-6 deficit.
I'll tell you what, that sequence right there, both teams are playing well. They're playing great defense. And now for the Michigan City Marquette Blazers, Kelly Cochran's going to back there to serve.
Cochran to serve, as you mentioned. Play by Timmons in the back for Cowan. Step by Ponick. Looking for Slavin. She hits the ball. Put a point up on the board for the Blazers. They are now down 6, 13-7. If they can run the table and score 8 more points without letting Cowan score, they have a state championship. And I tell you what, smart timeout right here by Chuck Wallen.
Yeah, there's no reason to take any chances here for the coaching staff for the Collin Blackhawks. But we do want to tell you about some of our fine sponsors, Bob Patowski. And for the past 20 years, family-owned and operated Wall Constructors in Michigan City has been the quality general contractor for all your residential and commercial needs. Larry and Ed Wall, the Wall Constructors, are proud to support the Lady Blazers for their excellence in the classroom and on the court. Classroom and on the court, Bob. Call Larry or Ed at 879-8291 for all your construction needs. Go Lady Blazers! And once again, for the Michigan City Marquette Lady Blazers, Kelly Cochran back there set up to serve. Once again, a smart timeout by the Collin Blackhawks. They don't want to lose this lead. They can't afford to lose this lead.
No, they can't. They have 1 timeout left. Caught it with the set. Looking for Slavin. Just tucked it inside a far side. Nobody home right there for the Blazers. Cowan now with a chance once again to take game 2.
Nice court awareness that time by Sarah Slavin. She saw that there was an empty spot in that Blazer defense and she hit it.
Timmons on the serve. Played in the back by Larimore. Step by Paz. Coming in is Meredith Burge. Play by Goff. Step by Bonnet. Looking for Slavin. Ball. Net violation call. It will go against the Marquette Blazers. It looks like it was a net violation. And Cowan 1 point away from forcing game 3.
That would have been a shot anyway for Cowan because it went off the arm of Lauren Larimore. So that's not a big penalty for Michigan City.
Simmons to serve. Larimore in the back. Step by pause. Looking for Burrs. Her kill. Dug out nicely by Goff. They'll go back over to that. Warner looking for pause. And a great job as the ball was a little too low for Casey Goff. And I think that's one of the things that Marquette's going to try to do. Try to make Goff go for that ball. Use their frame to her disadvantage.
Exactly. And one of the ways to do that, Leslie paused. And the Cowan defense so used for her to set up, she's starting to sneak those shots in, those soft little touch shots where the Cowan defense is backing up.
Coming into the game, that's going to be Mary Shikani. She will serve as she's now into the game.
And her twin was the unknown Blazer.
Yes, we did find that out. And a serve is under the net. So now it will be another serve for Cowan, a chance to tie the match at 1 game apiece. Here comes Sarah Slavin.
Shikami bunted that one foul, Bob.
Yes, indeed. Slavin to serve. Cowan up 14-7. Played to the back by Shikani. Step by pause. So we did. It's Burt. And a great dig. Great job by Goff to keep it alive. And the Blackhawks send it over the net. Pause with the step for the Blazers. Looking for Burt. A little touch serve. Goff sends it back over the net. Pause with the step. Break it out of play, and a great kill by Daniel Fogus. A little finesse action just inside the far sideline. Side out now for Marquette.
You know, experience coming into play. Daniel Fogus sitting on the sidelines watching the domination that Cowan is having up on the net, and instead of going right at Goff, she went to the right where there wasn't a Blackhawk to be found.
Pause the serve. Bonnet looking for Goff, and it deflects off of the Blazer. It falls harmlessly to the ground. Marquette trailing 14-7. Cowan will once again win a chance to serve for game 2.
Serving for the Blackhawks is Jeanette Bonnet. She's been a big part of this state finalist team.
She's been very good out there all day for head coach Chuck Walden, and she fights the net.
A lot of that happening tonight, Bob.
Maybe a little fatigue, perhaps?
Perhaps. Well, I'll tell you what, when you come here and play at 10 in the morning and then you come here and play at 9 at night, it's not a very easy thing. A lot of sitting around involved.
It's also not also easy when you get up at 3:30 in the morning as well.
It's not easy for the broadcast team.
No, it's not. The dead back is she'll serve for the Blazers. From right to left. Played in the back by Tibbetts. Set for Bonnet. Goff charging to that ball deflected off of the Blazers. It goes over the scorer's table. So Cowan holding firm with a 14-7 lead, and they will have the serve once again for game 2.
Cowan will once again try to put this baby away. Abby Hendrickson, the 5'5 senior, will try to do the honors.
She'll move to the left-hand side of the court. Right-handed overhead serve. Played in the back by Birds. Looking for Paz. Paz coming in. Cochran with the kill. Dug out nicely in the back by Hendrickson. Bonnet towards the net. Goff sends the ball over. Larimore for the Blazers. Step by Paz. Cochran flying it. Finds the near corner just along the near sideline. Diving it up by Slavin, but to no avail. Marquette with a side out.
And Casey Goff is mad at herself. She wanted to set that. She set it a little bit too hard and just gave the Blazers a perfect opportunity to set up Kelly Cochran on that shot.
Bogus will serve for the Blazers. They trail 14-7 in game number 2. Marquette took game number 1, 15-7. And now substitution checking in. That will be Jen Meyer. She's going up front. Meyer, a 5'9 junior. So mayhaps a little size going up front now for Marquette. Bogus to serve. Goes towards the far side, and it hits the net.
Just off the side of her hand, and once again, we've seen a lot of that tonight. Is once again, Cowan will try to end it. This time, Casey Goff will try to do the honors.
How apropos is it that if Cowan wins game 2, it's on the serve at Casey Goff. She'll serve it towards the back. Played up by Bogus. It goes over the net. Step by Goff. Play by Bird. Towards the pot. Looking for Cochran. She'll send the ball over the net. Here's Goff towards the far side. Looking at a play for Timmons. The Blackhawks get the ball over the net. Great dig. And the ball goes over the net. Great save by the Blazers.
Surprise play continued there, Bob.
Great dig in the back by Hendrickson. The ball going towards the far side. Timmons with the kill. Saving the back by Bird. Positive set. Here comes Cock with the kill. She gets it. It's not even a set made by Amber Timmons, and the Blazers still stay alive here in game number 2.
Amber Timmons really took a dive for that. She almost made a fantastic play for the Cowan Blackhawks. But right now, if you look yonder, Lauren Larimore serving for the Blazers.
Played it back by Slavin, and it's a miss. It will go over the near sideline. Get a point on the board. And slowly but surely, Marquette cutting into the lead. Chuck Wallen will use his second and final timeout here in the second game.
Chuck Wallen basically just going to plead with him, come on, let's get it over with, guys. But anyway, let's tell you about Wall Constructors, because for the past 20 years, family-owned and operated Wall Constructors in Michigan City has been the quality general contractor for all your residential and commercial needs. Larry and Ed Waller at Wall Constructors are proud to support the Lady Blazers for all their excellence in the classroom and on the court. Call Larry and Ed at 879-8291. Also want to tell you about Roof Funeral Home on 7th Street, Michigan City. They're proud sponsor of the Marquette Blazers.
Marquette trailing 14-8 here in game number 2. They took game 1 15-7, and it seems right now the Blazers using their defense to set up opportunities, and they are just chipping away at the lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, it took both teams a while to find their rhythm, took both teams a while to find out exactly what they want to do, but both teams are now in their rhythm, both teams are now at their best. The kinks are worked out as Larimore serves.
Dug out nicely in the back by Bonnick. Goff with the set attempt. Over the net. Play by the Blazers. Pause with the set. Cochran. Kill attempt deflected off one of the Blackhawks. Goff near to net for Cowan. Looking for Tibbetts. Herkill blocked into the fence. And the ball will fall on the Cowan side of the net. Nice job at the front of the net by Jan Meyer. And the Blazers coming back. They're within 5.
Blazers here in the second game. They are down by 5. They're trying to challenge the Blackhawks up front now.
14-9 to lead for Cowan. Tibbetts sends it towards the net. Goff will get the ball over and a miss it in the back row.
See, and Casey got that time making the adjustment to that last play with the Blazers coming up to jam the net. She puts it over in the right corner, and now for the Blackhawks, that's going to be Sean Marcus trying to end.
This is the 7th opportunity that Cowan has served for the match. Play into the back by the Blazers. Pause with the set. Coming in. Cochran with the kill. Finds it in between the attack line and the back row. And Marquette will not go quietly into that good night.
That is almost an automatic when this set is perfect like it was that time from Leslie Fox. Kelly Cochran's going to wind it up and fire. And she'll try to wind it up and fire now as she's going to serve here for the Blazers.
14-9 to lead for Cowan in game number 2. Dug out by Slavin. Set for Bonnick. Coming in is Slavin. Her kill attempt is just over. No. They hit the back line. Once again, a judgment call. Kelly Cochran tried to hope that ball would go over the end line, but it just got a piece of it.
Oh, and that was close, Bob Patowski. And now it's Amber Timmons' turn.
Timmons to serve. Once again, another chance for Cowan to put away game 2. Played in the back. Miss hit by the Blazers. Pott tries to save it. And the Blazers hit the net. Cowan will take game number 2. 15-9. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. And we're going to come back with the decisive third game here on 95.9 FM, WEFM, and the Regional Radio Sports Network. Connors going towards the far side. Larimore has it. Set it up, looking for Cochran. Her kill, backed up in the back roll by Tibbetts. Set by Bonnick. Looking out of the play for Slavin. And Henderson will get the kill. It goes off of Leslie Paz. First point of game 3 goes to Cowan.
Yeah, Leslie Paz appeared to be a bit out of position, and usually tonight she'll be up on the net. That time she is a little bit too far back.
Tibbetts to serve, played in the back by Birds. Paz with the set. Cochran flying in. Kill blocked into the fence, but it will go off of the Cowan Blackhawks as it went over to the near side. So that will be a side-out serve for the Blazers. And once again, substitutions being put in by Jim Dove. Magazinski and Wall out. Sabetic and Warner in.
Sarah Slavin probably trying to figure out how she could get out of the way of the next Kelly Cochran shot.
Warner at the serve, set by Bonnet, looking towards the far side for Henderson, blocked up by Larimore, foul called, and look at that, a net violation against Cowan.
Whoa.
Stop the press. This first point of game 3 goes to the Blazers.
The Blazers out net violating the Cowan Blackhawks by a score of about 7-1 unofficially.
Okay, here's the serve by Warner, set by Bonnet. Looking at a play. Cowan gets it over the net. Pause with the set. Coming in is Cochran. Ball, nice dig in the back row by Timmons. Bonnet. Trying to set up Sarah Slavin. Her kill attempt goes well over the end line. Marquette with their first lead in a long time. 2-1.
Exactly. Amber Timmons with a good dig that time, but the shot by Sarah Slavin went a bit too far.
Keep in mind, both teams with 2 timeouts here in this third and decisive game. Timmons in the back row for Bonnet. Looking for Slavin. Great job of placement. Nobody in the middle for Marquette. Burns tried to dive to get the dig, but to no avail. Side out now for the Blackhawks.
Meredith Burns did an outstanding job. She almost got to it, but it just short hopped her. And the Cowan Blackhawks now have an opportunity here to tie this one.
Slavin to serve for the Blackhawks. Almost hit the net, but it got over. Step by Pons. Cochran gets the kill off one of the Blackhawks. Here the serve, wants to get back to Michigan City, Marquette.
Blazers have a golden opportunity here. Lauren Larimore is serving. They'd like to run off some points here, at least 4 or 5, while Larimore is serving. They're best with her serving.
Larimore to serve. In the back. Knocked up by Goff. Set by Bonnick. They got a play for Henderson. She gets it over the net. Cochran, little soft kill. Ball deflected. Third touch will be Goff. She'll get the ball over the net, played in the back by Birds. Looking towards the net. Pause. Looking for Airborne in the back. It's played by Collin by Timmons. Set by Bonnet. Goff with the kill, deflected off the top of the net and falls to the ground.
Once again, Casey Goff is jamming the net that time. She found the opening off to the left. And she knew it, too. She knew right away. As soon as she made that shot, there was a big smile on her face before the ball even dropped.
Here's Bonnet. The serve for the Blackhawks of Cowan. Marquette with a 2-1 lead in this third and decisive game for the 1A state championship. Pons with the set. Fly day. Cochran. Touch kill. Deflected by one of the Blackhawks. Timmons gets it back over. Livermore in the back. Looking for Pons. Back to the defense by Bonnet. Marcus looking for Goss. And a great job by Goss finding room on the near side. Birds was out of position, and we are tied at 2.
Hey, how about a misdirection play when they all go left and the shot goes right? Exactly what happened right there for Cowan.
Bonnet to serve. 2-2. We are tied in this third game. Birds a little bit short on a return feed. It hits the net. 3-2 Cowan in game 3.
Going back to serve for the Blackhawks looks like Jeanette Bonnet.
She's had a hot hand so far here in the last few rounds of action.
Yes, she has. She's been taking more shots than usual. Usually she's a setup man, but she's been going to some more offense.
Barrymore in the back. Pause with the setup itself. Cochran flying in, and a great job by guess who? Casey Goff to knock the ball back over to that last offensive medic. 4-2 Cowan.
That time Cochran couldn't find the seam. They know that Howarth's shot is coming. The Cowan defense doing a great job of shutting that out.
Bonnet with the serve well wide of the near line, so that will thwart the one of the Blackhawks. Side out now for the Blazers and Kelly Cochran. Cowan with a 4-2 lead. Cochran with the serve. From right to left, played in the back. Ball up the Raider shot by Timmons. Set by Bonnet. Goff with the block itself. Miss it on the play, and it will
violation, Michigan City.
Casey Goff has single-handedly turned this game around for Cowan.
Exactly. As they're going to make a substitution now. They're going to bring in Jana Marcus, I believe, for the first time. Yeah.
Well, she's come in before to take the place of one of the Blackhawks. Yes, Abby Hendrickson.
Basically a serving specialist.
Yes, indeed. Jana Marcus. We saw her in the state championship game 1 year ago. She'll serve. Played in the back. The Blazers pop. Looking for Cochran. Blocked out the play. Dug out nicely. A chance for the Blackhawks, but to no avail. A double hit called against Cowan. And now Magazinski and Well will check back in. Side out for Marquette. They trail 4-2 in this third game.
They have to get something going right here. They have to try to find Kelly Cochran. They have to try to get into a rhythm. And Kelly Cochran right now telling Lauren Larimore out of this position, look for me. I'm going to be open.
Magazinski to serve, and the ball will be a foot over the end line. Nice heads-up play in the back by Sarah Slavin. Cowan will regain the serve.
Magazinski that time is a little bit too strong on the serve, and now Cowan will try to answer with Casey Goff.
She's been everywhere tonight, folks, for the Blackhawks. She'll serve, played in the back by Larimore. Setting up for Paz. Paz looking for Burst. Touch, kill. Great dig on the play by Timmons. Timmons will send it back over to that. Play by Magazinski. Looking for Paz. Kill it set by Wall. Read nicely by the Blackhawks by Goff. Slavin with the block attempt by Marcus. Dug out by the Blackhawks. Kill attempt for Paz. And the Blazers with the answer. They'll send it back over to that. Magazinski, the Paz. Looking out of the play for Burst. Blocked into the defense. Wall saves it for the Blazers. Sent back in by Paz. Ball deflected. The Blackhawks will try to get the ball over, and they do so with Casey Goff. Paz looking for Birds. Kill. Deflected off of the net, and the Blazers win the ball and the volley.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Blazers that time really made the Blackhawks hustle on defense. Finally, Meredith Burns was able to find the seam as she put it through, and now the Blazers have a chance with Leslie Paz serving here to put some points on the board.
Paz serving for the Blazers. They trail 4-2 in game 3. Playing in the back, that's going to be Jana Marcus towards the net. Set up by Goff. Dug out by the Blazers. Here's the Blackhawks. Goff looking out the far side for Timmons. Played in the back by Magazinski. Set up a tip. Looking for Burrs. A mid hit by the Blackhawks. It goes into the student section. The Blazers back within 1, 4-3.
Meredith Burrs starting to find a rhythm as well. That time they started to jam the net, and she sent it into the back row. Her along with Kelly Cochran have to find the rhythm for the Blazers as possible serve again.
4-3 to lead. Goff over the net. Great job. It looks like the Blazers were a little out of position. They weren't expecting that little finesse move by Casey Goff. And the Blackhawks with a side out. They lead 4-3 in game 3.
How sweet it is as Sean Marcus will I was about to say punted away. Boys, it'll be a long night.
Yes, indeed. The left-hander serves, sent for pause. Looking for Bird, blocked at the play, nicely by Simmons. Goff towards the net for Bonnet. Looking at the play for Slavin. Nice dig by Cochran. Set up towards the far side. Looking for Bird off the top of the net. Violation call against the Blazers. 5-3 to lead for Cowan in game number 3.
Michigan City Marquette Blazers are really shooting themselves in the foot with these lane violations. I'll tell you what, each and every one of those lane violations has hurt them as well.
Served by Marcus. Bagasinski in the back. Set by Pause. Chance for Wall off one of the Blackhawks. Played in the back. That's going to be Marcus. Towards the net. Kill it up by Simmons. Played in the back by Cochran. Set by Pause. First flying in from the attack line. Deflected by the Blackhawks by Goff. Towards the net. Bonnet. Here comes Slavin. It's read nicely in the back by the Blazers. Chance for Larimore. Tip kill. Paley by Bonnet. Chance for Marcus. Setting up Slavin. Blocked at the play nicely by Wall. The Blazers still attacking the net. And a missed hit at the net by Meredith Burns.
That time, Jeanette Bonnet just putting it over the net. Actually, it went over the net, and it's called as Dove's going to call a timeout here, Bob.
6-3 is the lead in game number 3 for the Cowan Blackhawks. Marquette got off to a great start in this game. 15-7. Cowan took game number 2, 15-9. Sean Marcus to serve from left to right for the Blackhawks. Potentially the Blackhawks 9 points away from their first ever state championship. And for Delaware County, making it 3 out of 4 today. In the back row, Larimore plays it. Set by Pause. Looking for first. No carry itself. Right out nicely in the back by Jano Marcus. Ball deflected by the Blackhawks underneath the net. Side out now for the Blazers. And it will be Meredith Burns to serve for Marquette.
That time it was a misdirection by Ponce on the assist attempt. She went left to Meredith Burns as opposed to going right to Kelly Cochran, and it had the defense confused.
Marcus. Bonnet. Ball is deflected off of the Blazers over the near sideline. Ever since the start, ever since the midpoint of game number 1, Cowan has just dominated every phase of the ball game.
It's defense, Bob. Defense. The Cowan Blackhawks have stepped up defensively. They jammed the net well and also played back. Good back row defense as well.
Simmons to serve for the Blackhawks. They lead 6-3 in game 3. Kill it up by Cochran. Nice dig in the back row by Simmons. He'll send the ball back over the net. The Blazers looking for Pause. Kill it up by Walsh. Miss it on the play. And a smart play that time by Meredith first to let the ball go over the sideline. Side out now for the Blazers. As coming back into the game will be Alicia Warner and Samantha Savetic.
Samantha Savetic, also one of those big 6'1" frames that Jim Dove needs up there right now.
Warner to serve. Bonnet at the net for Cowan. Looking for Slavin. Blocked on the play nicely by Cochran. But the Blackhawks with the answer. Kill us up. Great job done. I believe that was Hendrickson coming in from the far side to give the serve back to the Blackhawks.
Yeah, Meredith Burns trying a diving attempt to get to that one, but just coming up short. And here come the Blackhawks again, Bob.
Leaving the serve, 6-3, the lead for Cowan in game number 3. In the back, Larimore with the return free for Potts. Finds the serve dug out in the back by Simmons. Bonnet trying to set things up on the play for Hendrickson. The Blazers play. Cochran, the pause, return free. Cochran deflected off of her head. And a great job by the Blazers to save the ball. Goff flying in. Great dig in the back row by Warner. It's back over to the net, but it did not go over the net. It went just short. 7-3, Cowan with the lead here in game number 3.
Once again, the defense sending Casey Goff up to the net, and the Blazers unable to get it over her.
Served by Slavin, miss it in the back, but Burrs tries to stay the day. They get the ball over the net. And I tell you what, a judgment call that time by Timmons, and this time it works for the Blazers. And about really the first break in quite a while for the Navy Blue.
Exactly, with 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 12 or 15 lane violations they've had so far.
Larimore on the serve, play there by Sean Marcus. Looking for Goff with a tip pass, saved by the Blazers. Kill a tap, and that time Abby Hendrickson tried to get the block, but it whipped off of her. The Blazers now back within 3 at 7-4.
That was a great play that time by Leslie Potts, getting in there playing aggressive net ball.
Larimore to serve, play by Marcus at the net. Bonnet. Goff blinded at the net. Great job defensively by Burrs, setting up Pause. Coming in for Cochran with the kill. Great job. Got it right in front of Sarah Slavin, and that's what the Blazers need to get back to this game. 7-5 Cowan, but here come the Blazers.
There's nothing you can do about it, and also Larimore back there serving. She can give them a rhythm, Bob.
Missed it on the play. Simmons tries to play it in the back. They'll have to get the ball over the net. Goff will play it back in the back row for Larimore. Set by Pons. Cochran with the kill. Missed it on the play. Cowan tries to get the ball over, and he will do so by Bonnet. Pons with the set. Friday Cochran with the kill. Nice job right in front of Amber Timmons. The Blazers on the comeback trail. 7-6 Cowan.
And they're starting to open up Kelly Cochran. Cochran is getting and making those shots that she was missing earlier. She's starting to get into a rhythm, and hey, there ain't no better time than right now, Bob.
Yes, indeed. Here's Marcus towards the net for Bonnet. Return fee for Hendrickson. She finds the net. 7-7. We are tied. Time out, Cowan.
Chuck Wallen is not playing around. He's not going to give the Blazers a chance to build momentum. He's calling timeout right away. A good decision.
Very smart decision by Chuck Wallen. I've had people tell me he is one of the best coaches in the state of Indiana, despite being at a school that only has an enrollment of 200 kids. But keep in mind, Cowan located around Muncie, Delaware County. Delaware County so far with 2 of the 3 volleyball titles claimed, with Yorktown and Muncie Forest claiming titles earlier today.
Exactly. Cowan is very tournament tested tough. They know how it is to play the tough teams, and hey, they're a tough team themselves. They come in, they play great defense, and it's 7-7. This one has gone right down to the wire. The Blazers dominated game 1, and the Blackhawks dominated game 2, and it would only be fitting that game 3 is as even as 7-7.
It's only fitting that the top 2 teams in Class 1A are going down to the wire. Larimore with the hot hand serving for the Blazers from right to left. 7-7 our score, game number 3. Winner of this game wins the state championship. Timmons towards the net, looking for Bonnet, looking for Goff with that kill. It went over the back line. Marquette into the lead, 8-7.
And a great job by Alicia Warner to get out of the way that time. A great judgment call, and Lauren Larimore continues to serve as the Blazers have the lead.
5 in a row for the Blazers. Her serve play by Marcus towards the net. Little miscommunication. They got to hurry to get the ball over, and they do so. Pons looking for Cochran for the kill. Block last off of Cowan. Actually, going to say, yes, it should be a point for the Blazers. No, yes. Good call.
Hey, that was a great decision by Kelly Cochran. She went to the right that time, knowing that the momentum of Goff was going left. She went right and got it to deflect off the Cowan Blackhawks, and Blackhawks pleading their case to the official, but that's going to fall on deaf ears.
9-7. Marquette with 6 points in a row. Larimore serve in the back, play by Marcus. Bench hits the ball. 10-7 Blazers.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Chuck Wall right now, I'm seriously considering calling another timeout. I know it's my last, but they cannot let Lauren Larimore continue to serve like this. She's got the momentum going for the Blazers.
Serve play by Marcus towards the net for Bonnet. Bonnet for Cowan, looking for Goff play by Larimore. Set for Pons. Cochran flying in. Gets the kill right in front of Amber Timmons. 11-7 Marquette. Chuck Wallen has not. Now he'll call a timeout.
And Bob, look how quickly. Did you see how quickly Larimore got back there to serve it? They're a rhythm offense, and they are in a rhythm, Bob. Great offensive awareness. Great awareness by Lauren Larimore. She's running the court out there.
11-7 the lead for Marquette, who just moments ago it looked quite grim, but Lauren Larimore with the hot hand serving, and the Blazers have rattled off 8 points in a row.
Yeah, and Chuck Wallen forced to use his last time out. You know, he'd like to say the last time out, especially to get into kind of a tight situation, but he had to use it. He has to somehow try to stifle this, but this is what the Blazers wanted to do, and here comes the serve from Larimore.
Played in the back by Timmons, set for Bonnet. Ball deflected over the net. Bird, the Pons, looking for Cochran with the kill, deflected. Timmons in the back row has it. Bonnet, looking for Goff. Missed it on the play. Violation against Cowan. 12-7 Blazers.
Are you kidding me?
9 in a row. Lauren Larimore has done it all with her serve. In the back, missed hit. Marcus, Bonnet, looking for Goff with the kill. Missed it in the back row by Meredith Bird. Well, a great run for the Blazers, and now Cowan will serve first time in a while, but this time they face a 12-7 deficit.
That time Casey Goff just had to bully it over, and that's exactly what she did, and now Cowan has to try to get back into this ballgame, serving as Jeanette Bonnet.
So the Blackhawks with a little bit of work to do in this decisive third game. Her serve play in the back, Warner for Pons, looking for Cochran with the kill, just missed the end line by about a foot.
Just missed it.
The Blackhawks back with an 12-8.
I'll tell you what, that shot was right on the money, too. There was no Blackhawks that was going to come close to trying to stop it.
It was taken in for the near corner, but just a little too much mustard. Here's Bonnet on the serve for the Blackhawks. Played in the back by Larimore. Try to set up Pons. Towards the net. Kelly Cocker with the kill. Deflected. Play to the back. Roll by the Blackhawks. Set by Bonnet. Hawk coming in. Little touch kill. Play by Larimore to back. Pause with the set for the Blazers. Looking for Cochran. Miss it into the net. Nice down by Goff to get the ball over. Pause. Soft kill by Cochran. Cowan with the answer. Goff with the set attempt. Missed it on a play. First tries to save it. Pause has it. And the Blazers get the ball over.
What a play by Larimore.
Towards the far side, kill attempt deflected, and the Blazers with the answer defensively. Pause with the set, Cocker with the kill, blocked on the play by the Blackhawks. Pause with another kill, deflected, mishap by Cowan.
That time Leslie Pause got it to work, that little touch shot that she's been doing here the last couple of times, as opposed to trying to get it over to Burns or Cochran. She's been just doing it herself, and that time it finally worked, as she had the defense all out of position.
Cochran to serve for the Blazers. They lead 12-8 in game 3. Timmons. The Bonnet, looking for Goff with the kill. Nicely done that time by Casey Goff. Warner and Larimore were diving into the back, but perfect placement that time by Casey Goff.
Yeah, she found the split in the defense, and it looks like we're going to have some substitutions here.
That's going to be Jana Marcus checking back in for Cowan. Cowan will serve from left to right. 12-8. Marquette with the lead in this decisive third game.
You know, Kelly Cochran took that ball back there. She was just going to serve it and not say anything. And, she almost got away with one. She was about ready to do it as a
Blazers call a timeout, so I believe both teams now out of timeouts for the remainder of this third game. I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know.
Hey, I'll tell you what you can say is this is a great display. Student athletes, not only in this game, but in every game tonight. I mean, they really put it all on the line. And I think what you're seeing now is you're seeing two teams at its best. You're seeing the Blazers do what they did, their strength. They run some points off with Lauren Larimore serving. You see the strength of the Blackhawks. They've been playing solid defense, especially in the back row. They've been jamming the net well. And now it comes down to this as the Blackhawks will serve with their service specialist, Jana Marcus.
Marcus to serve from left to right for Howard, just over the net. Warner. The punt to Vedic. Nice job defensively by the Blackhawks. Kill attempt. Birds gets it back over. Set attempt looking for Marcus. Kill attempt by Goss. It hit the line. No, it didn't. It did not hit the line. It looked like it got a piece of it. But if the Blazers don't take it.
Blackhawks pleading their case, but yeah, that's going to fall on deaf ears. That looked very
It looked like it was on the line, but we're not going to complain, are we?
No, we're not going to complain. I'm being quiet right now, Bob.
Magazinski and Wall back in now for the Blazers. They have a 12-8 lead. Magazinski to serve for Marquette. Timmons. Looking out for Bonnet.
Colleen Wall that time.
Thank you very much. Wall came up huge. 13-8 Marquette.
That time it was Goss against Wall, and that time Wall standing tall. No pun intended.
She came up like the Great Wall.
Exactly.
It's getting late, folks.
Yes, it is, and I will self-destruct.
Magazinski with the serve. Slavin. Bonnet. Kill attempt. Blocked in the defense nicely. Goff gets it back over. Magazinski get it back. Trying to set up Pause. Coming in flying in first. Blocked on the play. It falls in off of Colin Blackhawk. 14-8 Marquette. Match point for Magazinski.
And match point Magazinski coming to serve with the potential call. Here's Bob Patowski.
Anna Magazinski, 5'5" sophomore on the serve. Played in the back by Timmons. Towards the net. Bonnet. Trying to set up Slavin. Her kill. Blocked in the defense. Off of the Blazers. So don't celebrate yet. Cowan will serve. Down by 6, 14-8.
Miscommunication that time between Wall and Burns. Neither one of them knew which one was going to attempt to get that ball, but here come the Blackhawks. They're not done yet, Bob.
Casey off the serve. Play by Larimore, set by Pause. Coming in Burns with the kill attempt. Got it! Diving attempt made by Jeanette Bonnet. Match point number 2 now for the Blazers.
Slingshot winded up and firing, all guns blazing for Kelly Cochran. Nobody going to get in the way of that one, although it was a nice try by Jeanette Bonnet. But here's match point, Bob.
Thank you. Pause. To Timmons. Over the net. Goff has it. Chance for Pause. Try to set up Burns with the kill. She got it! The Blazers have done it! Meredith Burns with the kill just in front of the back line. The Blazers go back to back. 15-7.
Blackhawks really played their heart out. It's hard to see anybody lose this contest. The Blackhawks had a solid game plan. It was a solid game plan from the coaching staff all the way down to the Jana Marcus, who's coming in there making some great serves for the Blackhawks. Really tough to see them lose, but the Blazers are ecstatic. This crowd is going wild.
The Blazers go back to back. Final score in 3 games. Marquette over Cowan. 15-7, 9-15, 15-8. Somebody from Report County, please send me from Throat Lodge. It says back here after a brief timeout here on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
I thank you all.